EDU 206, Teaching in a Diverse Society, by Teacher Education Program Head Ashley Wilkins. Telling our stories, developing our identities. Literature in schools often focuses on stories that come from a mostly white, middle class, and Eurocentric perspective. This means that many other voices and experiences are left out. It is important to expand the range of literature we teach to include diverse perspectives from different cultures and backgrounds. By doing so, we can create a more inclusive and enriching educational experience for all students. The reality is that many readers, especially children, struggle to find characters who look like them or who have had similar experiences. This lack of representation can be disheartening and alienating. It is crucial to prioritize diverse voices and stories to ensure that every child can see themselves reflected in the books they read. According to Bishop in 1990, when kids only see reflections of themselves, it can make them think they are the most important and valuable beings in the world. This is dangerous because children might become ethnocentric, lacking an understanding and appreciation for diverse perspectives and experiences of others. It is important to expose children to a wider view. Bishop argues that literature has a big influence on shaping us as individuals. It is like a guidebook that tells us what our society values, how we should behave, and what it means to be a decent human being. Literature is powerful because it helps mold our beliefs and values from a young age. The first step to changing this pattern is to begin with your own identity. Consider, who are you? How does your race, ethnicity, gender, sexuality, social class, religion, geography, language, age, and family structure work together to make you who you are? Then consider your own intersectionalities. How do they interact with one another? Next, make a list of the books you read when you were little. What were some of your favorites? Why did you enjoy them? As you look at the list of books that you read, take a minute to reflect. How did the books provide you with windows? This means, how did the books help you gain experiences outside of your own life? How did the books teach you about others? What did you learn from what you were reading? Next, consider, how did the books provide you with mirrors that reflected your own identity? Were you able to see yourself in the books that you read? Now let's consider someone else's perspective. Think about someone different from you. What parts of their identities were not reflected back to them? As we reflect on the impact of literature, we start to recognize the immense power of books and stories in conveying messages about our identity and sense of belonging. They have the ability to shape our understanding of who we are, where we come from, and how we fit into the world around us. Books act as both windows and mirrors. They offer us a glimpse into different perspectives, cultures, and experiences, while also reflecting our own lives and identities back to us. Windows in literature are crucial as they allow students to observe and understand different perspectives and experiences. They provide a valuable opportunity for readers to step into the shoes of others and develop empathy. Additionally, windows enable marginalized students to see themselves represented, fostering a sense of validation, belonging, and empowerment. Mirrors in literature enable students to see themselves reflected in the stories they read, validating their identities, experiences, and sense of self-worth. Windows also foster a powerful connection and promote a sense of belonging. Literature has a sneaky way of shaping what we believe. It tells us who's the hero and who's the villain, who matters and who doesn't. It even decides whose experiences are important. That's why it's important for literature to include diverse voices and challenge the status quo. Now consider, what messages do you want to send to your students? As we learned from Adichie in the TED Talk, The Danger of a Single Story, one story can never be the only story about historical events and people, or cultural narratives. Now reflect on your own school and cultural experiences. What single stories exist in our culture, history, and literature? As a teacher, it is essential to bring windows into the rooms of experience. By looking beyond our lives, we can explore diverse perspectives in greater depth and complexity. This empowers us to broaden our understanding, foster empathy, and create inclusive educational spaces that celebrate the richness of the human experience. It is crucial to focus on the larger picture of the world, to move beyond our limited perspectives, and embrace the diversity and interconnectedness of humanity. This broader perspective enriches our understanding and fosters more inclusive and compassionate schools. Now consider the question, was Rosa Parks really just tired? Changing our perspective on Rosa Parks' story reveals her active participation in the political process for change. Beyond the simplified narrative of a tired woman refusing to give up her seat, we see her as a deliberate activist, challenging racial segregation, sparking a movement, and inspiring generations to fight for equality and justice. Stereotypes arise when we are exposed to only a single version of a story, limiting our understanding and perpetuating oversimplified and often biased views of individuals or groups. In Why Are All the Black Kids Sitting Together in the Cafeteria? Beverly Tatum urges us to widen the lens. This call prompts us to broaden our perspective, go beyond surface level understanding, and explore the complexities of identity, race, and social dynamics. It also encourages us to embrace inclusivity, empathy, and a deeper understanding. We must broaden the lens for students when we talk about slavery. We must actively explore narratives that go beyond the stereotypes. By highlighting stories of resistance, resilience, and intellectual prowess, we can counteract historical narratives that diminish the contributions of enslaved individuals and recognize their strength, intellect, and enduring spirit. The narratives of enslaved peoples resisting, escaping, and finding freedom demonstrate stories of incredible courage and resilience. These accounts reveal the strength of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable adversity. They challenge the dehumanization of slavery and inspire us to honor the legacy of those who fought for their liberation. Finding books that portray friendship between Black and white individuals offers invaluable opportunities for fostering empathy, understanding, and dismantling racial barriers. Such stories emphasize the common humanity shared by people of different races, challenges the stereotypes, and promotes unity. These stories inspire conversations about equality, acceptance, and the power of genuine connection across racial lines. Teaching students about white allies is crucial in promoting social justice and anti-racism. By highlighting the role of white individuals who actively support and advocate for marginalized communities, we empower students to recognize the importance of allyship and encourage them to use their privilege to challenge systematic oppression and promote equality. The concept of windows and mirrors serves as a reminder of the profound impact of inclusion or exclusion in a narrative. It highlights the power of representation and the emotions evoked when we see ourselves or feel left out in the stories we encounter. Multiple stories are vital in our quest to truly understand historical events, cultures, and people. By exploring diverse perspectives and narratives, we gain a more comprehensive and nuanced understanding of the complexities surrounding these objects. It broadens our worldview, challenges our assumptions, and fosters empathy, leading to a more inclusive and informed society. In this class, you will complete a long-term Windows and Mirrors project. You will have the opportunity to explore diverse literature and reflect on its impact on you. Please see our Canvas site for more specific and detailed directions.